It is very nice to greet you again. In today's video we will talk about the following. Discover these 6 signs your ex isn't over you. I'm going to share some signs that your ex isn't over you. When a relationship ends, it may seem like the final chapter has been written. But the story isn't as simple as it seems. One of the most common questions people have after a breakup is whether their ex is really over them. Let's start with the first sign. 1. They maintain or renew connections with your friends or family. Now, it's not just about casual interactions. If your ex reaches out to a friend who was more your friend than theirs, or even to one of your family members, that's a clue. They don't necessarily have to ask about you directly. They often try to take a small step toward re-entering your life, hoping that the person they've reached out to will voluntarily share some information about you. Sometimes, they may be hoping their message will get through to you. When your ex doesn't know what to do, especially when they're in that curiosity stage or in the early stages of concern, they may still be waiting for you to do the work. Fix what they broke. 2. They mimic your activities or interests. This could mean they're showing up at places they know you frequent or continuing to show interest in a hobby you shared together. It could even be that they've started doing something you taught them, something that was more your thing than your ex's. When your ex starts showing interest in these activities, it could mean they're reminiscing about times you spent together. They may be taking a little trip down memory lane. But more importantly, they could be testing their own feelings. People do this more often than you might think. They're trying to figure out if they're really over you, and by engaging in these activities, they're gauging their own emotional responses. 3. They want to be in touch with your pet. If your ex wants to stay in touch with your pet, whether it's a dog you got together or a cat that's yours alone, it's a strong indicator that they're not over you. They might ask to walk the dog every Tuesday or offer to watch it if you're ever out of town. You might think it's simply because they love the pet, and that could be part of it, but it's often more than that. If they're trying to stay in touch with your pet, it's likely because they're having some inner conflict. They don't know if they want to get back with you, but they feel like they might. It's another way they test your feelings. 4. Comment on your friend's social media posts. If your ex comments on your friend's social media posts, especially if those friends were more your friends than theirs, it's a major sign that your ex isn't over you yet. Even if the friendship is mutual, they know that by commenting, there's a good chance you'll see it. This is another situation where they could be testing your feelings. They're putting themselves in your orbit, waiting for you to reach out. But remember, if they're not willing to confront you and communicate with you, they don't want to yet. Patience is crucial here and, in many ways, it's your superpower. 5. They wear something you gave them in social media posts. This is another common situation. If your ex posts a photo on social media wearing something you gave them, whether it's a piece of jewelry, a shirt, or a hat, it's a clear sign that you're still on their mind. Why else would they wear something you specifically gave them and then post it somewhere they know you'll likely see it? They may not know if you're still following them, but they probably suspect you're looking. 6. They ask you about your future plans. This last sign is more relevant if you're still in some kind of contact with your ex. If they start asking you about your future plans, whether it's what you're doing next week, your career plans, or even where you live, it's a positive sign. It shows that he's thinking about the future and possibly imagining you in it. When he starts thinking about your future, it means he's probably past the initial relief phase of the breakup and is in the middle of the worry phase. The importance of patience and no contact. In all of these scenarios, patience is key. Just because your ex shows signs of not being over you doesn't mean he wants you back. It's important to maintain your no contact strategy and resist the temptation to reach out prematurely. Let him do the work of figuring out his feelings and accepting the breakup. Your job is to give him the space he needs to miss you, so he realizes you're not a permanent option waiting in the wings. When he sees you're calm, you force him to reconsider his decision and evaluate what he really wants. You are an essential part of what we do on this channel. For this reason, we keep an eye on what you need, and if it is your desire to recover your ex correctly and effectively, you must click on the link below.